What's up, nerds? Welcome to nintendopowblock crossover episode with Arsenal X. We are doing a mini crossover episode just because E3 is now over and we have a lot of games we would like to discuss with everybody. But anyways, I'm Corey Dirrig, your host, and alongside me as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
These guns. Cover. You know,
do they sell Nerf bullets on Amazon?
Yes, they do.
Joining us, the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
What's up? Back to my old school setup.
It's fine. I like that setup. It's fun.
I look like I'm a telemarketer.
Yeah, it's fine. Are you Bill from Idaho?
I'm Steve from Idaho.
Oh man. Anyways, how you guys doing? You enjoy your week? You enjoy this past week? It was a busy week.
Oh, I'm still recovering from it. Man, just a ton of great news that came out of E3. The ups and downs of the press conferences, the multiple podcasts that I recorded. Probably about 10 hours worth of podcasting.
Yeah, we did.
Still more to do.
We did a lot, and then I'm sure you did a lot with World on One and Optional Opinion too. Like so much stuff to talk about. But promise this is the last time we're going to talk about E3 probably. But man, E3, what a fantastic show. So today's show we're going to talk about. Like I said, it's kind of an Arsenal X Nintendo Powblock crossover episode. We're really just going to talk about all of our favorite things that were announced at the show. We've all compiled a top 10 list, although the way the show goes, we usually will probably talk about 25 to 30, 40 more things. And kind of give a little bit of a rank to the conferences. So it was a strong E3. I enjoyed it. I know everybody else enjoyed it. So I don't know. Do we want to talk about what we've been playing?
I think we're gonna hold off that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just kind of like skip that, just because like it's been a busy week for everybody, and yeah. I don't think anybody's really been playing anything new. I
have, but like I just basically like I picked up Tropical Freeze and stuff, just things like that.
Look at this guy. Just
I played a list of things this week because I've had some free time for a change because my son goes to school or goes to like a daycare or whatever, and then I don't have to pick him up anymore, so I actually have free time. But yeah, I just like basically played like I played The Surge. I picked that up because that was on sale on Xbox. And Tropical Freeze I picked up and played on Switch, and Fortnite I played on Switch, which runs really well. Like there's no difference between playing it on your Switch or your Xbox that I've noticed, anyways. So, and that's pretty much. I mean, there's a bunch of things I played on Xbox, but
I'm struggling.
That's good for now.
I'm struggling to log into my Fortnite account on my Xbox because well, I don't think I signed in on PlayStation, but like back when I was playing a lot of Gears of War, I created an Epic account and I used a different email address, and so my Xbox gamer tag is linked to my new email address, but like that Epic account is and that gamer tag are linked to the old email address I use.
Mhm.
So like,
Oh.
and I don't remember the password or even what that email address was, to be honest with you.
Wow.
So like, I have to figure that out, and I don't know. I think I can just do it through Fortnite, where like, hey, I'm gonna try to log into my new Fortnite account here. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I don't know. I actually I linked my Switch to that Epic account though, and it's Fortnite on Switch is a good time. Let me tell you. In handheld mode, whew, can't really see anything, but it's a good time. But yeah, well, Ed, since we're already talking about it, what have you been playing?
Playing Call of Duty 3 for PS4. Since it was free on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Black Ops 3. I'm sorry.
I was like,
what did I
Call of
say?
Duty 3. I was like,
Whoa.
whoa.
Yeah, Black Ops 3, playing that. And that's pretty much it. I downloaded, Chest Chasing Beats I'm still playing. Downloaded Fortnite and Octopath Traveler, but haven't started those games yet. But that's pretty much it, because I'm about to get into my backlog bash. I'm about to start back up Mad Max for PS4 and then jump into some other stuff.
Nice.
But nothing like really too serious just yet. But
what is Mad Max exactly? Like, what kind of game type is that? Is
It's
it like
I
an
would
open
say
world?
I would say
open
it's
world.
like a third person Far Cry ish game, where like you go to an area, you check a bunch of boxes, you take over that area, and then you move on to the next one. But there's a lot of vehicle stuff in it too.
It kind of felt like just like a regular Grand Theft Auto style, because you go to
Okay.
different places and do missions
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah,
haven't
because
got a- yeah.
it's free, I think, on Games
Game
Pass,
Pass.
and I've just never, like, I was gonna download, or I think I did download it at some point, and then I just never tried it, and I deleted it to make room for other stuff. But yeah, I just was curious because I might have to try that sometime.
Yeah, it's a
free.
fun game. So I'm gonna go back to it. It might feel just like Just Cause, in a
Okay.
sense, like Just Cause 3 in a sense.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be playing that, trying to beat it within 2 weeks. That's my goal before I switch to Xbox.
Yeah.
So, but
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much not too much that I've been playing. Charged up my 3DS, so I'll be starting that back up while I'm at work, because I'm not bringing my Switch to work. I'll bring my 3DS and play that on lunch. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I've been playing. So yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and Breath of the Wild also for Switch. I've been
Oh,
playing.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's still a good time. I haven't played it in a little while, but I do like picking that up and playing it every once in a while.
I'm dedicated to beating that game. I still haven't beaten it yet.
You haven't beat it on either system yet, have you?
Mm.
Or did you? No. Oh, okay.
No, I'm at the 4 on Wii U. I'm at the fourth god, which is like the fire one, which is heat.
Okay.
So I gotta get prepared for that, and then try to get that equipment so I could resist it. But other than that, like with Switch, I started brand new. So I'm going to just beat it on Switch. I'm going to be more.
What is it going to be?
Boss.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys both froze. That was insane.
Oh.
Yeah, we all froze.
Oh.
Like
wow.
mine went all weird. Now my like camera's all zoomed out again.
Oh man. Speaking of cameras, shout out to Todd Oxtra, because he's gonna give me his Kinect kit for hooking up the Kinect to my Xbox One. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Are you using
I know,
it for
those
this
things
on the
are like
snail?
$300.
Yeah, I know. And he's literally just giving it to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I asked him like 4 times if he wanted me to give him anything for it. He's like, no, I just don't use it. He's like, just send me your address, I'll mail it to you. I'm like, thanks. Like I feel bad. I'm like,
Todd Asher is just awesome, just like straight amazing.
I know, and I was on their show the other day. By the way, that was a good time.
Shout out to Secret Friends Unite.
I don't really know when that episode goes up. I think they usually record a week early, like we do on Nerds Gone Rogue. Like they'll record that episode the previous week, and then it posts the following week instead of like right away. So whenever their E3 episode goes up, you guys should check it out. You should check out their show anyway. But I'm just saying, like, Secret Friends Unite is like, I'm pretty sure that they are the reason why we're still podcasting. Like, because like their show is so good. But like, man, great show. I love Todd, and I love Charlie too. Even though he doesn't play games, it's okay. He builds Legos and reads Spider-Man comics, and you know.
And who knows? Maybe the new Spider-Man game will bring them in.
Yeah,
I think there was talk about him possibly thinking about getting a PS4, but I don't know.
Yeah, but also Lego DC Supervillains comes out around then, and maybe he'll just stick to the Legos. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know what? You do you, Charlie. You do you. Some people just don't like games. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong, Charlie. It's okay.
You're still amazing, awesome though, Charlie.
Man, Secret Friends Unite. Check them out. Podcast services around the globe and YouTube and all that good stuff. But I guess other than that, we've all been playing The Division. I think was a good time last night. I've been playing N++ still. It's been my go-to game, man. It's so good, so good. I'm making my way through the A levels in the second section of the game. I'm just like, oh man, so good, so good. But Ed, no yawning. This is E3, man.
I know. Super excited.
You sound excited to go to bed.
No, we have other things to do.
Yeah.
I know.
Still got a movie we gotta watch.
We have something special for the listeners.
I know.
The viewers.
I know. But okay, so we're gonna talk about our top 10 favorite things and favorite games announced at E3. Maybe a couple honorable mentions, and I think. Before we do that, I think we're going to rank the conferences just in terms of, like, maybe only spend, like, 5 minutes on how we rank the conferences. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're not going to do the super big breakdowns like Ed and I did this week. We're not going to do every single game that was announced. We're just going to do our favorite things that were announced this week, and that's going to be the show. But, we're going to start out with ranking the conferences. I'm going to go first just because I never go first, so... I'm going first. Suck it, Ed. I'm going first.
Here?
Okay, so for me, I think the worst conference. I've been kind of flipping back and forth, but I think not in terms of content or quality of the games they showed, but just in terms of pure like boredom. To be honest, watching all that I honestly think Bethesda might have had the worst conference this year. For me, like it was drawn out way too long. I think they spent so much time not showing anything. Like Andrew WK concert, whatever. He's doing the theme song for Rage, but have him do the soundtrack to Rage live while you're showing the trailer. Like have a 3.5 minute trailer, have him sing the song that goes with it, and like then show off Rage after too. Like I don't know, man. That I was like, oh boy. When that started, I was like, we're in for a long night, man. Like I'm not a huge Andrew WK fan. As the resident Nerds Gone Rogue music guy, as you all know. I'm just kidding. People like him. I'm like, I get it, but like I didn't come here to listen to music. I came here to see the games. So, and then like the way they dragged out Fallout 76 and the time it took them to talk about Fallout 76 with Todd Howard's comedy show was just like, oh my gosh, come on, man. Just Let's go, man. I'm sorry, like, just let's go. Last
Which
year,
is the weird thing that game got praised because they went in detail, and then everybody is tripping about how Smash Brothers went into detail, and it's just like, so Fallout 76 gets more praise over Smash.
well,
And
like
at
my thing is like, I don't care that they went into detail about Fallout 76. It's how long they took to get to talking about the game was
Yes.
like, it was like 15 or 20 minutes before they even showed anything about the game, and they just like, I don't care, man. I get that you like, maybe you're the funny guy in the industry parties and stuff. Like maybe you're like, I don't know, want your own Netflix special or whatever. But like, I'm not here for you to just practice your stand-up routine. I'm here to talk about Fallout 76, you know. And then they talked about that Elder Scrolls phone game, which is like fine, whatever. And then like, the last two announcements were just like, why would you even start talking about these games before these next consoles are out? Because like, they are next generation games, they said. So like, why would you even talk about them? Like, why would you even do that? So I don't know. Bethesda was the worst for me, I think. Followed very, very, very closely by EA, where it was just a combobulated mess of stuff, and you know, spending a half hour on the same 3 minutes of Anthem was like not really what I wanted to see either. Sorry. Which I guess like the stuff that they saw at E3 and EA Play was like really good. The behind closed door stuff was really good, but we didn't get to see any of that. So I'm going by what I saw on the internet, and I'm just like, your conference was just way too just whatever. Followed by Square Enix. I thought Square Enix's was just mediocre for me. I don't know. It was fine. It showed games that I want to play, but like,
Most of that stuff we've seen already in everybody else's conference, and plus their own announcements before the actual show.
Right. It was almost, I was like, you literally showed everything except for what? The Quiet Man and what? One other thing.
Platinum's gang.
Yeah, Babylon's Fall. Like you showed every game at every other conference to the point where it's like, why wouldn't you just release a trailer? Like the year that you announced Kingdom Hearts 3, you released the trailer at midnight and you didn't have a conference, like, or like revealed Kingdom Hearts 3 or whatever. It's like, you couldn't have done that for Babylon's Fall or freaking one of these other games. Like, whatever. Square's conference was worthless, and that's why it's at the bottom of my towards the bottom of my list. It was just like a worthless thing. So, but here it like, the jump from 4 to 3 is actually way higher. I wish there was like, you know, there is a clear cutoff point where the conferences are good and bad. You know, I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing someone. Let's see. We got to do Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, Ubisoft, right? Okay, so PlayStation number.
You're excluding the PC gang conference.
Yeah. Okay. PlayStation. Totally fine conference. It was really long and just like I felt like they didn't really know what they were doing, but the content they showed was good for the games that they were showing. I was a little bit confused though about like the Death Stranding stuff. Was like, I was watching it. I was like, how are people excited for this? Like, how are people excited for Death Stranding? Like
it's Kojima.
But if you take away Kojima. If you take away that name, would anybody be excited for this game? Just by watching it? Like,
did you see people are saying it's a UPS simulator, UPS delivery sim?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's weird. That whole thing was weird. Not showing Days Gone again when that's your, like, after Spider-Man, that's your next game out.
Which I could understand why they didn't do that because of the Game Informer cover. They show too much of that.
Yeah,
there.
But I think
it's weird. It's weird that they would mention that it was supposed to be the focus of it, but then they give it that during that 5-day reveal. They did that and then just nothing.
Yeah. I just look. I don't understand why they're not showing that game, and it makes me feel like this is going to be another game that they just want to get out and sweep under the rug so they can get their next game out because they don't care about this game. That's just me. I thought they did have some cool games. I thought Control looked fantastic. I thought Spider-Man looked great. Ghost of Tsushima looks interesting, but it's more of a wait and see for me. I thought it looked. I know these games are all unfinished, but it looked it looked a little unfinished to me in terms of like lighting and the way like the grass moves when you run through it and stuff. Like I don't know. There's just some small technical things that made me feel like that game was still like a ways out. But it still looked cool. And then we got the best of the 3 Kingdom Hearts trailers, which great, So Sony at number 4, Nintendo at number 3. I thought it was a really, really solid conference with no really big surprises. Daemon X Machina is a cool looking game that I really want to play, but that was, and Super Mario Party is like, oh wow, cool, new Mario Party looks better than the last 5. But other than that, no real big surprises. It was just a really solid put together conference. Smash Brothers looks really cool. So Ubisoft at number 2. I thought their presentation and another really, really solid conference with not really any big surprises. So I think on Secret Friends Unite I rated it at like an 8. We didn't really do the third party conferences, but we talked about them a little bit, and I would have given that an 8. And then Xbox, I think, had the best conference by far. They came out, they had a mission to get people to be excited about Xbox. They for us as Xbox players over PlayStation players, like I think they hit their mark. New Halo, new Gears, new Forza, like Crackdown looked fantastic. I think a lot of people are still like undermining Crackdown. Which is funny if you listen to the episode of NGR that comes out this week, episode 99. In the after the show, sometimes we put stuff that we cut from the show, or when we're sitting there talking before the show starts, like sometimes we add little blooper and gag reel at the end, and like Moose and I got in a heated tussle, we'll call it, about Crackdown. So that was a good time. I thought Crackdown looked way better than it did last year.
Yes.
All the third party games that they showed off looked great. All the exclusive stuff, getting From Software's game on their stage, getting Kingdom Hearts on their stage. I thought they did a great job showing everything off there, and getting Cyberpunk at the end, and 2 Gears games in one pile of trash. Like, it was great. That pile of trash is Gears Pop, by the way. Do not download that game, or you will not be allowed to listen to the show anymore.
Isn't it only PC anyway?
No, it's only mobile.
No, it's mobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mobile.
PC is the strategy.
Gears Tactics.
Yeah, which I'm kind of that bums me out that that's only gonna be PC, because I'd so want to play it on my Xbox.
It looks good,
dude. That game.
Yeah,
that game.
Why did they do that?
That game's coming. That game's coming to Xbox at some point. I guarantee that game's coming to Xbox. I
hope so. I
think whoever they're working with to do that, maybe it's the XCOM guys, where they are PC first and it'll come to Xbox later. But I cannot see that game not coming to Xbox. That game looks freaking awesome. I am totally into that game. Like, I think I'm more excited for Gears Tactics than I am Gears 5. And that's saying a lot, because Gears 5 is like, well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. So, but that's kind of my ranking: Xbox, Ubisoft, Nintendo, PlayStation, and then a big drop to the last 3. Man, there's a lot of missed conferences this year. Like, just totally just didn't know what they were doing out there. So, anyways, Jesse, we're gonna move to you next.
Okay. Yeah, so like with my rankings,
Ed's face.
with my rankings, like I didn't judge them so much. Like, I guess the ones that I felt like were just kind of a mess. Like, some of them did better in my rankings than maybe they should have, but that's only because of like something that they showed or whatever. Like, for me, like, I did it like my ratings on like how many things excited me at each conference. Okay, so Bethesda is down at the bottom. They had a lot of great things that I was interested in seeing, but again, it was so dragged out, and just like the whole trying to be funny and swearing to try to be edgy and all that stuff, because that was an ongoing theme through a lot of the conferences. A lot of them felt the need to drop swear words quite a few times, which I don't know if they're like, hey, this year we're gonna swear in our conferences and just like let everyone know that, or I don't know what was up with that, but so Bethesda, I just wasn't like the games they showed. A lot of the games I'm interested in, but at the same time I just wasn't impressed with the whole way they went about doing their conference.
Yeah.
And just so people know that the Elder Scrolls Alexa game, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Pat was playing it the other day when he was here, and I just thought that was a joke, but he started playing it and I'm like, what? That's real?
Yeah, we had a big conversation about that on NGR on Friday too. It was like that was so dumb. Like, I can't believe somebody actually took the time to make that. Like, that's just so dumb.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Oh.
Yeah. That might even be worse than the Gears Pop thing.
Nope, nothing's worse than Gears Pop, but it's close.
Oh no, there is something worse than Gears Pop.
Nothing worse than Gears Pop.
Should we mention Command & Conquer Rivals?
It's still better than Gears Pop.
In your opinion?
Nope, it's fact. It's in the book of facts.
All I know is everybody, please go watch the live stream.
No, don't give. Oh yeah,
Go
watch our
watch
live
that.
stream.
Because your reaction to that Gears is showing about the excitement to the disappointment was quick.
It was. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I saw this shade to Corey.
All right, and then for me, so Bethesda, and then unfortunately, like, just because other than I was super excited for the Mario Party game, and
Are you not excited for Mario Party?
No, I'm excited for the Mario Party game, but really that was it. Like, that was it for the Nintendo one. Like, I was so disappointed and so let down with their conference, because I was expecting to at least get like a name for the new Metroid game or something. Like, I was hoping that we'd get anything. Even if just music, and like I don't care. I just wanted something, and I was so seriously, is it done?
A lot of people feel that way, but don't forget they said it's under development for last year, so it still wasn't ready for them to announce anything. That kind of trailer that they gave, none of that is going to be from the game. I think they just wanted to show people that we got something ready for you guys, but we just can't show it yet. So they may have still be in like the story phase or even the art phase. Nintendo takes their time with the research and development of trying to get actual good gameplay. They might be improving the Metroid Prime gameplay, and if they show something that was so janky that's gonna make fans upset because they're trying to avoid that Federation Force mess again.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily want like a trailer or anything. I just wanted something like some kind of update, like letting us know, like I said, even if they had a name or something like that they're thinking about calling it. Like, I don't know. There was just,
I think since it's Prime 4, that they're just gonna stick with that. I don't think it's gonna get like.
You don't think it's gonna get a subtitle?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, and don't forget, we still got the Nintendo Direct.
Well,
So,
I know that. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I understand that we're gonna get more stuff,
Mhm.
but just as far as E3 goes, that's all I'm looking at, because I'm hoping that we get more soon here. But I just felt like there was a lot of games that we knew is coming out within the next year, but they just didn't talk about or bring up. So.
we have a hint of next year, but Nintendo was trying to focus on stuff for this year, and
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot. When I'll get to my section, I'll explain.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
That's why I'm glad I went now, because I know me and you are gonna have a disagreement. Well, both of you. I just wasn't impressed with the Nintendo thing.
That's fine.
But
That's really fine.
but I mean, like the one mech game or whatever that they showed in the very
Game Ex
beginning.
Machina.
Yeah, that looked interesting.
That's gonna be a big game. That's gonna be a big game. It's getting a full $60 retail release.
Mm-hmm.
That surprised me.
Well, and you know what the thing is honestly what I really wish would have happened, and I feel like would have made the Nintendo E3 jump up quite a bit in my ratings, is if they could have revealed that stuff from the Ubisoft the Ubisoft game, if they could have revealed that on the Nintendo's
the Star Fox
E3
stuff.
and-
The Star Fox
yeah.
stuff.
I think
because
I think because Ubisoft is developing it, and Nintendo really don't have don't have a big part in it, because it's just a one exclusive thing, which is Star Fox. I think they felt that it was big for them to let Ubisoft do this announcement and everything, and then what Nintendo did was, hey, we'll share this exclusive with you, and then we'll show on Treehouse Live our platform about how the game looks when it's actually running, because it's when you see Treehouse Live, it's better than what you actually see at Ubisoft's main stage.
But it just is just kind of bummer. It's like the one major super excitement that Nintendo gave me ended up happening on a different conferences.
I think if you go back and try to catch that section of Treehouse Live, you'll be more impressed with what they did at Treehouse Live than what they did at Ubisoft.
I think it's impressive that you can play through the whole game as Star Fox. Like, they literally set it up as a Star Fox story if you play it as Star Fox. It's almost like a completely different game, which looks awesome.
Yeah.
And maybe
I've seen little bits and pieces, but I haven't watched the full thing yet.
Maybe this works out. Maybe Ubisoft will help them make a real Star Fox game.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So
that would be cool. Because we were saying that this game that they were coming out with would be a good idea. Because think about it, if they were to do a Star Fox game similar to that, where you Nintendo could go crazy with the setups, and you could have the different ships and stuff that.
The thing about starting is that this is the first from Ubisoft. Ubisoft has not did nothing, and I'm not even mentioning the Toys of Life stuff. I'm mentioning an airplane game like this. They have some of their airplane stuff in their other open world games, and some of the Tom Clancy games are garbage to control. I think if they could get this right, this would probably knock this would knock Namco Bandai even doing an airplane Star Fox game. Then it would be I think once we get our hands on it, we'll be okay, Nintendo, now you need to get Ubisoft to do the Star Fox game, the next one.
Yeah. So, Nintendo, I was really super excited for Mario Party. That was something that we weren't really expecting, but we were kind of thinking would happen eventually. It was kind of a surprise, but at the same time it wasn't. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, because it looks like the best Mario Party game that we've seen yet. So I hope it is anyways. But, and then next, and really honestly, the Nintendo and Sony's, I felt, were pretty close to me. The only reason I think that I put Sony over Nintendo's is just because Control really got me excited, and Resident Evil 2, the remake, obviously is like, like something I've been looking forward to since the Resident Evil 1 remake came out. So, because the Resident Evil 2 is like my favorite game. Those two were, really got me excited. But the reason that Sony is so low down on my list is because that stupid intermission thing where they like made everyone go to this fake room that they turned into a church, and then they had to sit there just to watch the one game that I didn't care about anyways. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people care about that game, but like me personally, I was bored. And so like they had them go there, and then everyone had to pile out, and so then we had to sit and listen to these people talk, and nothing that these people were talking about was interesting to me. So I was just like, and then eventually they got in, and then, to the regular thing, and then they had some stuff and that was interesting, but again, like the only games that really interested me were Resident Evil 2 and Control. And that first music thing that happened with the banjo or whatever, or that first part, I didn't mind that, but when that guy started playing the flute and wailing on it, it was so hard to listen to. I was like, okay, I thought Andrew WK was bad. This is worse. Because at least Andrew WK was playing music. Like, I don't know what that guy was doing, man, but he was just like blowing on the whistle thing, and it was just making like awful noises.
And he's a master of I was reading somebody's Twitter thing, and they did like a little bit of research that he's a master of playing that flute, because you have to practice actually to study that flute and be a master of it. So he's like one of the probably only ones in the world that we know of who could do that.
Yeah, but it just it's
under the hot mess. Trust me.
It just. Yeah, like, well, it was when he was like not holding. I guess he was kind of holding a note, or like flipping back and forth between a note for like a really long extended period of time. It just started to sound really bad. Like it just didn't. Because I've heard like those kind of flute things before. But like when he was like wailing on it, like it was like a guitar solo, it just started to sound really bad. But I mean, there was parts of it that it was interesting. I mean, at least it made it interesting, but I just didn't really care for it. So, and then after that, I've been thinking about like I think I'll have to put EA next. It's like EA had some good stuff and some things that I wanted to hear that maybe they shouldn't have had to talk about. Like they shouldn't have had to talk about like not having like loot boxes or whatever, all that kind of stuff. They probably shouldn't have had to talk about that stuff. But I guess at least they're like acknowledge that we messed up. And hopefully they continue to honor that, that they've messed up, and don't try, pulling something eventually again. I was super excited to see Anthem, and I don't know, that conference almost made me want to get the Star Wars game, but at the same time, I don't think I will ever get it. But
it's on sale this week for $18.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And then I know I'm like, I think I'm in the minority, but I'm pretty excited for to find out more about the Star Wars game that Respawn is doing, because I feel like if there is any group that works for EA that I would want to do a Star Wars game, it's Respawn. And so I'm pretty curious to see what that turns into, and I'm kind of excited for it. Because I honestly I don't, as long as they're the ones dealing with the game, I honestly don't think they'll mess it up. I don't, like, if there's anything gets screwed up, I don't think it's going to be on their account. It would have to be like EA, like doing something, like either trying to force them to do something fast, or or something like that. Like, I just feel like that they would know how to do that really well, that like a Star Wars game, because Titanfall is like, I think we all agree Titanfall 2 is like an amazing game.
Yes.
And if they can, I think they'd be able to do Star Wars, decently. I think even better than the people who are doing the Battlefront or whatever. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things, and I just felt like their conference like wasn't awful. Like they moved at a decent pace, like it wasn't like there wasn't any like massive hang-ups. I didn't feel like, really, for me. Like, I mean, there's some things that maybe I didn't really care about, but I feel like it was pretty streamlined for the most part. And then Square Enix, like, I'm a massive Far Cry or Just Cause fan, so like, I was super excited to hear a little bit more about Just Cause.
Yeah, Just Cause 4 looks really good.
Yeah, the whole like the weather stuff is just looks amazing. Like the I don't know, like they have like something to do with like tornadoes and stuff like that happen, and like it looks really cool. Like when their tornadoes are ripping through an area, and you can be stuck in it, and you could be like on top of a car or in a car, and it just picks the whole car up and can like lift it up into the sky, and it just looks really interesting. And then of course, like, Octopath Traveler, they showed a little tiny bit of, didn't they, during that? Yeah, they just showed a little.
They just gave it. Yeah, it was just a reminder of the date. That's it. Yeah,
and we're all excited for that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. The Kingdom Hearts 3, like I played some of the first ones, but I never really super got into them. And I feel like this one like interests me much more than any of the other ones have in the past. So I definitely think I'm probably gonna pick that up. And I don't know, off the top of my head right now, I can't think. I know there was a couple of other things that Square Enix had that I was interested in. Can't think of them right now. But like I like with them, I felt like everything went smooth, and like Just Cause 4 would just like had me super hyped, and then after that, I had Ubisoft, because the Star Fox stuff just was like blew me away. Like the second that happened, I was so excited about playing that game, because like I was excited for it originally, but then when they announced this, it sold me completely. I was like super excited and couldn't wait to see more, and and get my hands on that game and play it.
And I bet you when they mentioned Mario Rabbids last year, I think Ubisoft and Nintendo was still talking about that when they first announced the game.
Yeah, I think the Mario Rabbids is like completely made me watch Ubisoft a little bit more closer now, and like pay a little bit more attention to them as a company, because like they're really doing some amazing projects lately, I feel like. And so yeah, like that had me super excited, and just like getting to see more of the Donkey Kong DLC and stuff like that, you know, like they showed that on the Nintendo one though, didn't they, as well? The Donkey Kong DLC.
They mentioned it, but they didn't. Party Treehouse Live, they did something.
Okay.
Yeah, Treehouse Live, they did more gameplay of it, but
Okay.
like in the direct, they just like kind of announced the date and didn't move on. It was part of the sizzle reel.
Yeah.
But like the actual like gameplay in motion, they showed at Treehouse Live.
Okay. Because I'm getting them all confused, because I remember, did Nintendo show any of it at all though? Like, or did they just mention it and just move on?
They showed a little bit. They showed when the date was coming out on the sizzle reel in the direct, but on Treehouse Live they did full gameplay.
Okay. Did they show any of that on Ubisoft though at all?
No, Ubisoft was just doing the music presentation, just letting them know that they were doing it.
Oh yeah. And that's right. That music, that is what I'm thinking of. And I really did like the whole music thing.
They said everybody was just like, that's the way you do a trailer with live music, like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I think I told you in the chat, I'm like, okay, like this was the best music thing of the entire E3. Like this is the only one that I like absolutely enjoyed, like as far as a music performance live.
And I think Nintendo stepped in and looked at and made sure what their idea was doing and made some changes and make sure that everything was perfect. I think Nintendo had a lot of input about that, because it's their intellectual property with Donkey Kong. So they were just like, we want to make sure that you guys deliver. If y'all gonna do something, a trailer with music, it's got to be cool and it's got to be DK funky.
Yeah. But the Ubisoft one though, they just did it so perfectly, in my opinion. Like everything flowed really well. Everything was like perfectly done. They didn't have any slip ups. They didn't, it just, like, they kept me interested even in things that maybe I wouldn't necessarily be interested in. And I feel like, that's very important for E3, to take things that maybe someone isn't interested in the game, but you still make it interesting and that they want to pay attention to it. And that's why I put Ubisoft up so high, is because I felt like they did a really good job of just hitting on everything and not really having any lulls, and like took, things and just made it interesting. So and then obviously I put Microsoft as the first one, just because like they just had, like game after game, and like they did such a good job of even though they had so many games to show, it didn't at any time feel like it was dragged out, like Bethesda's were, where they just told us what we wanted to hear, they showed us what we wanted to see, and then they moved on to the next game, and they talked about things only when they felt like they needed to talk about it. Like I know a lot of people didn't really care for the whole Games Pass thing and them talking about that kind of stuff. But I think and I know you guys kind of at the time too, you didn't really understand what exactly it was about.
Yeah,
but I knew what it was. But
I think it would have been better that if they did talk about it, I think it would have been nice if they just did like a recorded trailer to show us, like physically what is happening instead of just talking it. Because even when they was mentioning it, a lot of people didn't really clap. But probably some employees who was there just like, okay, clap to give it. I not just think that if that was just in the trailer, and definitely with how short it was, I think a little trailer would have just did it justice, would just explained it better.
And I can see because I'll be honest, it took me a second to figure it out, like what she was talking about, but like right away I caught on what it was, what exactly they were getting at. Just because I know, like, some people just like, like if you have a game on Games Pass, you want to play it, try it right away, and it makes sense to, do something cool like that where you can kind of like play it while you're waiting for it to download. Like, it technically just doing basically what PS Now does all the time, but they would do that just for when you're wanting to play the game as it's downloading. So, it's kind of a cool little addition. Doesn't really, make too big of a deal for someone like me, because I usually just play something else while, or a lot of times if there's games I want to download, I'll just like download them before I go to bed or something, and then I just let my Xbox just leave it on and let it all download while I'm sleeping or whatever anyway. So I mean, it's not really big to me, but I'm sure in the future, like let's say Crackdown 3 comes out and I get home and I want to play it right away. I don't want to have to wait like an hour or two for it to download. I can just go and I can play it right away, like try it right away. So, that will be nice, like when those big titles come out, and if I want to try them right away when I get home from work or something. So, but yeah, that, like Microsoft, obviously had the majority of the games that I was interested in, and like they had basically my top 3 games that I'm looking forward to this year, I think, on their stage. So, or not necessarily this year, but coming in the future here, that my top 3 games, at the EA conference anyway. So yeah,
nice.
About it.
Ed, what are your rankings?
Okay, so everybody get ready.
Since we've already spent 45 minutes on this topic when I said 10 minutes, but
in 8th place, because I did watch the PC gaming, in 8th place is Bethesda. That was horrible. All that talking, all the people please clap for us kind of moments. Andrew WK not playing during the race trailer, being a bit confusing with this editing. I think the only games that all of us probably was looking forward to was Wolfenstein Youngbloods, and for you guys like Rage 2. But I was just like, well, this is pretty much Doom with just in the with the Rage setting, and that's not bad or anything. But I just wish that we got a better trailer cut. I don't really care anything about Elder Scrolls. I don't really care anything about Fallout. Fallout 76 looked like Fallout 4 DLC. You could be happy for it. That's good and fine. Starlight or Starfield, this looks like they're trying to do a Mass Effect game. Who knows? I think it's probably going to fail in a whole bunch of levels because they didn't really show nothing that you can't see on the Discovery Channel. I'm like, oh, you show a planet with a light. It didn't say Starfield. It didn't move down. That does nothing. Elder Scrolls 6, that could have been done on PC, like with Photoshop. Like that didn't provide me with anything. So pretty much out of all of that, besides Wolfenstein Youngblood and Prey, I give it to Prey with their new game plus. Those was kind of only 2 things I took away, and everything else was just like garbage. Like the stand-up comedy part, no. And the Fallout and the Skyrim Alexa thing was hilarious. Those are the only things I took away from it. Moving from that, it was EA. Because they had the community come, there was a lot of awkward pauses. People groaned when they mentioned the Battlefield Royale. Don't know why. I think the fatigue has hit because the Royale stuff is not doing nothing for people. If they want to buy the game, they'll buy it. I think Andrea, I want to say Andrea O'Day. That's not her name.
Andrea Renee.
Andrea Renee. I think she was a fabulous host phenomenal. I kind of want her to come back, and if she could host again for EA, I'll be completely fine with that. She did smooth transitions. She dealt with some awkward things, and she handled very professionally. I'll take it right there. Unravel 2 and Sea of Solitude look good. Of course, we're all ecstatic for Anthem. We all can't wait to play that. Everything else washed. Like that, it just didn't do nothing for us. When your community is not interested in what is being presented to them, the viewers are not going to be interested. So they didn't really provide much for me. Moving on from that, Square Enix, they did a digital event. I'm glad that I got to see more Just Cause 4 because the way that it looked like more of a darker tone. It didn't look satirical like they normally use for. But these like tornadoes and whirlwinds and the seasons affecting the environment and the gameplay, that looks interesting. They're kind of changing it up, and I'm kind of down for that. Of course, Dragon Quest 11. I don't know why there's no Switch version, but I'll play it on PS4. I have no problem with that. A Quiet Place. Quiet Man. I'm interested. When I see more. Platinum's new game, kind of interested. I think the best thing that I took away from Square Enix was Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the actual playthrough. That looked really good, and I'm excited for it. It was a game that I was already going to buy. So there's no ifs, it's a bust about that. So that was Square. Following that is like Sony's conference. It was so disjointed, and at first I'm just like, are they trying to do Treehouse Live but do this poorly? Like, it didn't make sense, and I understand there's a video of it why they did it that way, but like the church setting thing looked like they was having a dinner there, and then everybody was just like, okay, finish your chicken and go to the next place. Like, it just felt so weird, and I don't know why they had that long banjo thing happening. And the bad thing about it is that part that he played wasn't in none of the trailers, and none of the action sequences or anything. And it was just like, well, then what was the point of having that? The Last of Us looks decent because they stole the gameplay from Tomb Raider, and it might actually work in this game. Other than that, it's the Order 1886 at a higher frame rate. Ghost of Tsushima, I always say that's a must buy for me. Sucker Punch, I love their games. Spider-Man, I'm looking forward to. Insomnia does some great games, and I like how fast-paced the action was. I think the best thing I took out of that conference was Control. I thought it was very intriguing. I love the art style and the gameplay. At first, I thought it was Quantum Break 2. Because the way that it looks, like cinematic wise, I was just like, this is like Quantum Break, but like a female character. But no, it's their new game, Control, and I'm digging it. Other than that, everything else is just like, oh wow. Studio Japan and Front Software, which is another thing. Front Software got a lot of work this E3. They're like working on like almost like 3 games and stuff. It's like, okay, it's Front Software, y'all moving on up. But Studio Japan and From Software, what they're doing, I don't know what it is, but it's a PSVR game, so it doesn't matter to me. But that was what I thought of Sony. It was fine. The PC Gaming Show was way better than Sony's. The presentation was long. They showed some very interesting games. And when they needed a break, they talked about some of the PC chips and everything. The Hospital game looks kind of funny and cool. Some of the developers they talked about with their indie games looks really nice. Man Eater is a role-playing shark game where your goal is to eat as many people as you want, and you level up and you have skill trees and everything. It's funny, but it's really cool, and I just thought their presentation was like really good this year. Following them is Ubisoft for me at number 3. I thought they did a pretty good job. I like the Just Dance intro. One of their songs, I still got to find out what it is, but it sounded really good in band form. It was when they was like on the stage and before they got to the last song. It was really good.
I can't think of what it is.
I can't think of that song. It sounds good. It was just like these chords. I'm like, this sounds so amazing. Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks great. The Division 2 were all 3 and 4, so that's gonna be fun. I'm still confused on the story. Beyond Good and Evil 2 didn't do nothing for me, just made me more confused. I like how they mixed in the Donkey Kong rap while they was doing it live during the presentation. I thought that was cool. I'm sorry, Jesse, the Rainbow Six Siege stuff didn't do nothing for me. I know that's your game, but like that documentary and everything, that did nothing for me. Starlink is something I'm looking forward to, and they had a very solid presentation. There was some odd stuff. That Trials Rising, is okay. I'll probably play it on Switch, but his presentation of him coming up with like looking like Super Dave and tripping over the podium, that was so bad. That was just terrible. Then I'm like, oh no, this just looks horrible.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was just horribly bad because he didn't even like really trip well. Like you could see it from the camera angle. Like, oh, this is horrible. But
well, yeah, it was just like it was supposed to look stupid.
Anything else? I did do some of the registering for the betas. I did do that. I actually got them all hopefully be accepted so I could do it on my Xbox One. Because I do want to report. I do want to play them and I want to report them for Arsenal X. But yeah, Ubisoft was really good. There was a big step up this year. Going from there for number 2 is Microsoft. They had a great show. And the reason why they had a really great showing, they had to prove they had games that you would want to play on their platform. They did this conference, in my opinion, more to prove to people that we're showing you all these games. We're showing you all these Japanese support games that you guys will want to play. So that's why we got Kingdom Hearts. That's why we got like Jump Force and from Bandai Namco. And that's why we got... we're showing Sekiro, where we're showing that here at Xbox. Like they had a lot of stuff to prove. The bad thing about it is Halo Infinite looks phenomenal. If that trailer is running on that engine and that's how the game is gonna look like and when it's presented, pretty much on Xbox One X, maybe the Slim, depending on the 4K. It's gonna look fantastic, and Gears 5, I'm definitely all for. Crackdown 3, glad to see that with some improved art style. A lot of this stuff that they prove is not till next year, and it does nothing for me. I think the biggest thing I took out of Microsoft was that they acquired Ninja Theory. That's a big slap to Sony. I wish Ninja Theory would have had a chance to make something for Nintendo, but I could understand Microsoft gritting them to make games for their platform. But like the biggest thing that I took out of it was Ninja Theory being acquired by them. It was kind of good to see. At the Forza 4 part that they had some players right there. That one of them, who was like the lead of it, was actually using the accessibility controller. To show that everybody can be able to play their games. So. Well, that's what I took from Microsoft, so they're number 2. Of course, I have to give this E3 conference to Nintendo. And this is even before Treehouse Live. Everything that they showed was a guaranteed sale for me that I'm getting. Daemon X Machina came out of nowhere. And the art style looks cool. Like, the combat looks up to my speed. Like, if this is crazy action, Japanese Gundam imitation nonsense, and I could custom create my robot and my character. If you guys decide to get it, you guys can get into my game, and we could just tear up the world and do these amazing fights. I'm all for it. And that became like my number 1 game of 2019 now that I'm looking for over everything else. Seeing the Pokemon stuff was kind of cool with Mew coming. And then like seeing, of course, I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then seeing this DLC, and I was just like, I thought this was just like going to probably be a maybe a 10-15 minute not minute thing, a 10 to 15 hour thing. This thing is getting its own physical release, so they're treating this thing as big as of content as probably the game is. So that's super surprising. I thought that was really, really cool. That Fire Emblem 3 house trailer is just breathtaking, and that soundtrack might have been the best music out of E3 that I heard. Like I was just blown away, and I went back and kept listening to it, and I'm just like, I need this. Like I need this like right now in my iTouch on iTunes. That, you know, and seeing the gameplay and everything, I was just like, yeah, this is a definitely must have. It's gonna be cuckoo crazy. I want to know where the story goes, and I want to see an anime of this. I want to see a prequel of anime into this game, just like I did for Star Fox Zero. I wanted to see that. So I can't wait to see that. Super Mario Party looks like it's going to be hilarity, because people who not going to care about it is going to be drunk on Twitch playing this game. I can't wait to, hopefully Game Informer does it, and it's just be a bunch of fun. And it's one of those games that you watch and you laugh along, and it makes you feel good. And you know, seeing them put two switches together and connecting it, like, who's going to be at the advantage of that? And they showed a lot of it at Treehouse Live, different parts of it that everybody got to get together and do the right thing and make and work together to get points and stuff. Like, they did a fantastic job. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I want to play with my family with this, and because I know I'm going to bust out laughing. There's going to be some goofy stuff. I'm going to get robbed. There's going to be just insane things, and it's just going to be a fun time. And when I put the controller down, to me it's going to create memories that I have with my family and some of my friends who play this game. So I can't wait to see more of that. And then they just went out with Smash, and shout out to everybody who got Hollow Knight. That game I think has sold big, because that's all everybody's talking about since that game came out, and Fortnite. Like, everybody was just like, this game feels right on Switch. So I think it did pretty good of enough sales. Hopefully we get a good report about that, but everybody is enjoying Hollow Knight on Switch. But Smash just blew me out the water of all the stuff that they're including. I laughed at the trailer because I got excited when they showed Snake. I'm like, Konami is back in the game with this? Oh, Nintendo has been talking to some developers. They've been talking to some major developers, and I cannot wait to see what else is coming along. Like, there's like 65 plus characters at this moment.
Well, I thought that was interesting that they're gonna basically have every single Donkey Kong character in this game too. Like, they showed the Grandpa one, the Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong.
But they're
like
not
all
fighters.
of them.
They're just like assists probably. They're not fighters.
Sure.
Yeah, they're not fighters. Oh. They're talking about all the characters that you were able to choose from all the Smash games are in here. So
yeah, they just made it seem like they were playable.
They said the assist trophies and stuff, assist characters, they could come in and help you throughout the match. So they show up there probably helping Donkey Kong fight off, because you could smash them out. You can smash the assist characters out. So they went fully into detail. This game looks fantastic. I'm loving the artwork. It looks like there's going to be a lot of funny moments, and definitely with the rest of Nintendo throughout the year, we'll see some good stuff for Nintendo Direct. Now, the reason why I think this was the best, and I wasn't worried that Metroid or Yoshi or even Animal Crossing and Pikmin and a lot of their other stuff didn't show up. I think they have them planned for some time this year, and they want to make this. They want to make the trailers and really show you something. So when they're ready to go into detail, then you'll be ready. Because you don't want to be hyped for Metroid and it doesn't show up nowhere for the rest of the year. It doesn't show up for 2019 to the next E3. Everybody's going to be mad at Nintendo. Well, why Metroid wasn't in this Nintendo Direct? Why Metroid wasn't in this Nintendo Direct? Nintendo missing out. I see. I don't even know what that whole confusion stuff would have continued to keep going if Nintendo would have showed Metroid Prime 4, would have showed Pikmin and stuff, would have showed Yoshi. I think with Yoshi, they're probably tooling some stuff and adding some things. So I think they're trying to better their portfolio and games that you could look for 2019. Because for most of everything else and everybody else conference, we've seen stuff that might not actually be in the game. Just because you see that trailer, that might not even be a story port or actual gameplay when you see it. Ubisoft has done it. You look at the Division and then you look at the early Division trailers and then look at Division, the actual game. You look at what Watch Dogs was doing and then look at actual Watch Dogs. Nintendo really wants to avoid that. They want to make sure that what they showed you is actual gameplay running on the system that you're going to have. And if it's taken out, you'll be able to notice it that, well, they did probably put this in the game, but they changed their mind. But it was at one point in the game. So I think, to me personally, Nintendo took it because they definitely got stuff planned for me for 2018 that I'm planning to buy. Sony really don't have much, and Microsoft don't have much. They show great games for next year, but Microsoft only has Forza 4. The next game from PlayStation is Spider-Man. You literally have to rely on third party. Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Red Dead. Okay, that's all in October. What then? Because just Cause doesn't come to December. Nothing big comes in November, and all of that belongs to Nintendo. Smash is going to kill it in December, and Nintendo probably got a whole bunch of indie games waiting to come. Like you're getting great games in June. You're getting a ton of great games in July. You're getting some hot games in August. You're getting some great games in September. There's some Starlink in October that you could look forward to. Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu, and Eevee, people are already planning on getting that for November. And then Smashing in December, that's content that's consistently coming for this year. That's going to actually sell Switches and maybe some 3DSs. So that's what I'm so happy that Nintendo did, that they focused on this year and not focus on stuff that's coming next year. All of that stuff, it will come in a direct later on this year or next year. And then we still got Point Blank. Is that the one I'm doing Wolfenstein 2?
Panic Button.
Sorry about that. Panic Button. They got a game announced. And they could drop something literally crazy for Switch later on in the fall for the next direct. We still got to wait for the indie direct that I hope comes in September. So we still got stuff to get. So if people feel like Nintendo didn't do a good job, don't forget the Nintendo Directs is like E3 all year long. So that's, for me, it's my ranking. It's my rating.
Well, now that we just did exactly what we said we weren't going to do, I guess we'll spend like a couple minutes ranking the games of our show.
Can I go first then? Because my list is already done, and it's going to be quick. I'm not even going to go into detail with them. I'm just going to read them.
Well, it better be quick because our 10-minute ranking of the conferences was an hour and 10 minutes. So. Okay.
Well, number 10 for me is Starlink Battle for Atlas. 9, Wolfenstein Youngbloods. 8, Forza Horizon 4. 7, Ghost of Tsushima. 6, Control. 5, Super Mario Party. 4, Sable. 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. 2, Anthem. Number 1, Daemon X Machina. And Sable is a really great game. That's going to be on PC and Xbox One. And they show more gameplay of that at the PC Gamer Show, and that made me really look forward to that game. I think that's the number one indie game that I'm looking forward to that I got at E3.
Nice. Jesse, what about you? What are your top 10?
I'm not gonna really rank them. I'll just list off because I don't really have a top 10 that I wrote. So like the games that I mostly like, I'm really looking forward to is obviously Just Cause 4, the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Control, Halo Infinite, the Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Crackdown 3, Metro Exodus, the Forza 4, Horizon 4. I'm not normally into those games, but that really looked good. The Gears 5, and then also Tomb Raider. So those are 10 of the games that I was really super interested in. There's a lot of them, but
Yeah.
that's just 10 of them.
No, I get it. I had a hard time making my list today. It took me probably like, I don't know, between trying to watch really bad TV with my wife and you know, my parents came over today, and it took me probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours to really narrow down my list today. But I think at 10, Spider-Man. I think it was definitely the most interesting first-party game Sony showed off. Doom Eternal. I know it's not close and we haven't really seen anything yet, but Doom was really good, and I hope, you know, maybe that's coming to Switch. I wouldn't put it past them to put it on Switch.
Right.
Rage 2 looked cool. Crackdown, I thought I went from not being interested in that game really at all, except for maybe some Squad Goals episodes, to like, I really want to dig deep and play this game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I mean, it's more Tomb Raider. I can't wait.
It's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After playing The Division last night with you guys, The Division 2 is definitely really high on my list. Control, you know, sci-fi, Quantum Break mixed with Die Hard, I'm in. Halo Infinite, I think that goes without saying. A new Halo game, it's going to be awesome. Fire Emblem Three Houses, huge Fire Emblem fan, can't wait to play it on Switch. And the differences that they're doing in that game seem like real changes from the 3DS versions of the game. So, and then at number 1, tied, I would say, is Gears 5 and Gears Tactics. Gears has my heart anywhere, shape, and form, unless it's a Funko Pop. So I can't wait for either of those games. I think Gears 5 is going in a really interesting direction. You know, I think it looks similar but different enough to look like, hey, you know, somebody said that this could be the way they change Gears, the way that Santa Monica changed God of War. I'm like, if you're going to try something new with Gears, I'm all for it. I want to see where it goes. And then Gears Tactics is basically Gears XCOM, which is basically Gears Mario Rabbids, which is I'm all in on that. So that's my top 10. Sorry, the show went a little bit backwards than I think we thought it was, but I mean, there was a lot of good discussion and stuff about the conferences, because E3 is a good time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Lastly, before we go, I know we still have a movie commentary to do after this, but what was your kind of game of the show? Like, it might not be the game you're most excited for, but the one that maybe stood out the most or showed the best to you guys. What is
for me, it's Daemon X Machina. Just like I talked about earlier, just that the way that the graphics look, the fighting, like I said earlier on Power Block on when we was doing our breakdown, it feels like a treasure game mixed with and I'm glad that you brought this up, Corey, Armored Core, and I'm all for it. It popped out to me. It speaks anime, and I love anime. And I was just like, everything about this pops, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
nice?
Plus, it reminds me of like Devil May Cry, like stylish action, and I'm all crazy for that.
Yeah, definitely. Jesse, what about you?
It's really hard for me to pick because, like,
it's just Cause 4. Stop acting.
Well, no, but that's the thing. It is literally every single conference except for Bethesda, like, had and even even I guess Bethesda technically did too, but every conference had like one game that like I was super excited about. But I don't know. I'd have to say, as far as like impact overall, I'd have to say it would have to be a tie between Starlink and Just Cause 4. Like both of those like really got me excited, and and I was like super excited with the whole Star Fox stuff. Being added to it and making it like quite a bit more of a heavy hitter, because I mean I think people were still gonna buy it before, but I think now like Nintendo locked that down. Like right. Nintendo is like the only place to buy it, because why what reason is there to buy it anywhere else? Like I mean like there's nothing extra that you get for Microsoft or for PlayStation. So what's the point of buying it there? I mean, there really isn't a point,
right?
Because they don't get that Nintendo that add-on stuff. So
yeah, and even
there's doing something else that we don't know about. But
even if there was something extra for PlayStation or Xbox, there's nothing like. I don't think there's anything people are nostalgic about from those other conferences enough to have something. Like Star Fox, like a ship from Star Fox, or what are you gonna? I mean, it's not like you can attach a Halo Banshee to that, like, what I mean?
Well, and I was thinking, and it's like, yeah, I mean, there really isn't a ship that you can like really say is like Master Chief's ship, like yeah, you could say Master Chief is going to be in it, but like what would you pick for a ship for him to be in? I mean, there really isn't anything that you could, that would work as well. Like I mean, Star Fox is like built for that game. I mean, it like belongs there, Yeah.
So
yeah.
For me, it's not number one on my list, but I think it's something I'm most intrigued by, and I think showed really well, and I think is getting a lot more buzz than I expected it to, which is a good thing, is Control.
Yeah.
I thought the mechanics of Quantum Break were interesting. It just, I actually just reinstalled it on my Xbox because I want to replay it. Because
Quantum Break?
Yeah, because of Control. And so,
which everybody, check out Power and Play Season 3 when it comes out this fall.
Yeah, it's coming. So we need to finish that, by the way, Ed.
Yeah,
like soon. But yeah, I think Control is the most interesting thing shown this year, and I think that Remedy is finally getting the attention that they deserve. And I think it's sad for Xbox players, but I think going multi-platform was the smartest decision they could have made for this game. So, yeah, I think Control might be my game of the show. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's
well. There's just two games I want to give an honorable mention to for sure. That I'm super excited for that Sekiro. The Shadows Die Twice, like that company, like they're the ones who make like Dark Souls and stuff, right?
Yeah, From Software.
Yeah. See, like they haven't really made anything that I've really been interested in, but this game like had me like super surprised. Like I do not care for like the Japanese like samurai type games like that. I've never really been interested in those kind of games too much. But this game, I don't know what it is about it, but it just makes me super interested in it. So I'm excited about that, and then also the Metro Exodus. I'm excited to see more about that too. So those are honorable mentions for me.
Nice.
But
any honorable mentions for you, Ed, before we wrap it
up? Man Eater was a good one for me. Halo Infinite, I can't wait to see more of that. Ghost of Tsushima is that's not really Ghost of Tsushima. Spider-Man would be one for me. And last but not least, there was another indie game that was shown that I can't think of. It was another indie game that was like in Nintendo's reel that I'm interested in. But not indie. I'm sorry. Metal with Chaos by Digital Devolver. I can't wait for that to come so I can play that. The President in a mech suit. The game that came out for Xbox 360 and never came to America, even though it was finished. And funny enough, that's a game from Software.
Nice.
Actually, there's one more too. I don't know if you guys caught. It was just a very, very small glimpse in PS4s, but I've been trying to look more into it because that little tiny blurb that they had was enough to interest me. But the twin mirror, did you guys
with the guy?
Yeah, that's Dominic's next
show.
game, right?
It's Bandai Namco, I think, isn't it?
I don't know. It was part of the 5-day reveal before E3, and they showed a little bit of that trailer, but they didn't show anything more of that.
Yeah, I looked a little bit more into it because that little tiny thing that they showed had me interested, and that game looks really interesting. It's like up there with like Control and stuff, where it looks like it's gonna kind of be like weird kinds of things going on, stuff like that, like right up my alley. So, but yeah, it's published by Bandai Namco. But yeah, it's the Nod or whatever Entertainment is developing it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that looked good. So I'm curious to learn more about that too.
Nice. Well, this has been an episode of Nintendo Power Block and I guess Arsenal X crossover. We there's a lot of E3 to go through, and like as you can see, we planned a few minutes on one thing and ended up getting off track and started talking about everything. So, E3 is an exciting time. I enjoyed myself. Ed put in a lot of work too, and Jesse excited about E3 too. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can find Nintendo Power Block every Tuesday and Friday here on youtube.com/NGRradio and on your podcast service of choice and on NGRradio.com. You can find Arsenal X on Wednesdays at the same place. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode and check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and TuneIn and other podcast apps. Hopefully, I could get my show on Podomatic soon and other places. So, yeah.
Nice. Jesse.
You can find me in that one place called Twitter at @sub_humanist.
Twitter, the worst place.
You can find him on Twitter. He doesn't just tweet a lot. Unless you like the beer and fried rings.
Yeah,
radio show
that's the thing.
is.
I honestly basically just use that to talk to shows that are podcasts or shows, things that I listen to. Because a lot of the stuff I listen to responds. So
nice. You can find me at CoreyHD on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me on Nerds Gone Rogue as well as a plethora of other content here on NGRradio.com and YouTube.com/NGRradio. Check out our Let's Play shows, Squad Goals, Royale with Cheese, Pod and Play Season 3 is coming up. Our Nindies Showcase starts this coming weekend, so make sure you tune into that on Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm not going to spoil the surprise of what game we're leading off with, but it's a good one. So check that out. It will be running for 8 weeks, and then we will go into Pod and Play Season 3 in September. Really excited for that also. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.